94 and still standing strong. 6 must-know vitamins to save your legs from collapsing in old age. Picture this: you're 71, stepping out of bed, and your legs buckle, no warning, just a sickening snap as your hip shatters on the cold floor. Or maybe you're 85, reaching for a glass, when a sudden cramp twists your calf into a knot, dropping you hard, your skull cracking against the counter. These aren't nightmares, they're real, happening right now to millions of seniors who thought weak legs were just aging. Truth is, without the right vitamins, your legs aren't just weakening, they're betraying you. Bones turn brittle, snapping like twigs. 50% of seniors over 70 face fractures from falls, says a 2020 Journal of Bone and Mineral Research. Muscles waste away, leaving you crawling to the bathroom. Nerves misfire, numbing your feet until you trip over nothing. 20% of elderly falls end in brain bleeds, per The Lancet. Poor circulation starves your legs, swelling them purple. Cold as death. Amputations spike 40% in seniors with low nutrients, warns Circulation Research 2021. This isn't old age, it's a silent collapse, and it's coming for you unless you act. Right now, your legs could be screaming for help, aching, tingling, failing, and you're ignoring it, risking a wheelchair, a hospital bed, or a coffin. But what if there's a way out? In this video, we're exposing 6 vitamins proven by science, forged in real lives, that can yank your legs back from the edge. Miss this, and you'll regret it forever, because this isn't just advice, it's a lifeline, the only one that can save you from a fate worse than death, losing your freedom, your dignity, your life. Ignore this video, and you're rolling the dice. Watch it, and you'll hold the key to standing tall at 94. These 6 secrets are your last shot, don't let them slip away. 1. Vitamin D. The day Rose's bones betrayed her. The morning her hip shattered, Rose knew something was off. Her shins had been howling for months, a deep, gnawing ache like termites chewing through her marrow. She'd shuffle to the mailbox, legs trembling as if they'd snap under her own weight, each step a gamble she barely won. Her hands shook trying to grip the railing, her knees wobbling like a toddler's, and she'd slump back into her chair, winded, muttering, "I'm just old." Dr. Lee saw through it. Your vitamin D's at 15 nanograms per milliliter. Your bones are brittle as dry leaves, your muscles sagging like wet rags. A 2014 Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology study backs her up. Seniors below 20 nanograms per milliliter face a 70% higher fall risk, one misstep from a crushed pelvis or a tombstone. Rose's friend Clara Davis, 87, paid the price. Her legs, shaky as reeds, gave out on her basement stairs, femur splintering like glass. Pneumonia took her in bed weeks later, her breath fading with each shallow gasp. Emily scoured the kitchen, no supplements, no sun time. But she found sardines, 1 can, 200 IU shoved to the back, snubbed for their fishy stink. She also dug out sun-dried mushrooms, 1 cup, 400 IU, and canned mackerel, 3 ounces, 300 IU. Foods Rose had ignored 4, tasting too strong. Emily fried the sardines with onions, sautéed the mushrooms with garlic, and baked the mackerel with lemon. Rose wrinkled her nose, but 8 weeks later, the shin pain dulled. Months on, she stood firm, no cane, tending her roses again. "I thought I'd never kneel in my garden," she said at 94, dirt under her nails, a quiet pride in her voice. Seniors, don't let your bones crumble into dust. Grab sardines, mushrooms, mackerel. Kids, cook them for your elders. Keep their legs unbreakable, their days blooming. 2. Vitamin B12, the night Rose's feet turned traitor. Even as her hip mended, Rose faced a new terror. Her feet prickled like they'd been dipped in a bucket of nails, a relentless pins and needles sting that woke her gasping each night. She'd stumble over the rug to the bathroom, her soles buzzing as if electrified, legs lurching like a puppet with cut strings. Emily caught her arm more than once, eyes wide with panic. Dr. Lee didn't flinch. B12's at 150 pg/ml. Your nerves are frying like bad wiring. A 2018 neurology study confirms that 20% of seniors lack B12, risking permanent numbness or paralysis. Rose's cousin Ray Thompson, 82, ignored the same tingling. His toes went dead, and 1 fall snapped his spine, leaving him in a nursing home, staring blankly at a TV he couldn't hear. Emily raided the fridge. No pills, no plan. She steamed clams 3 ounces, 84 micrograms. Rose had dodged them for shrimp, calling them too slimy. She also fried chicken liver 1 ounce, 5 micrograms, and boiled eggs 1 egg, 0.6 micrograms, both shunned for old-fashioned taste. With garlic and herbs, they hit the table. Rose ate, and the stabs eased by 94. She's pouring tea, hands steady as stone. I thought my feet would fail me forever, she laughed, passing cups to her grandkids. Elders, don't let your nerves burn out. Eat clams, liver, eggs. Families, steam them up. Keep your loved ones steady, their spirits soaring. 3. Vitamin C, the morning. Rose's knees screamed. Mornings grew unbearable. Rose's knees ground like gravel in a mill, each step a white-hot stab that buckled her halfway to the porch. She'd wake stiff as a frozen board, joints creaking like a rusty gate, her legs locking up as she tried to stand, a groan escaping her lips. "This is it," she'd mutter, sinking back into her chair. Dr. Lee cut in, "No vitamin C, no collagen. Your joints are disintegrating like old plaster." A 2017 arthritis and rheumatology study ties low C, below 40 moles/L, to a 30% higher osteoarthritis risk. Rose's pal Helen Carter, 90, learned it the hard way. One twist on a curb blew her knee out, leaving her hobbling with a cane, her garden untended until she passed. Emily checked the fruit bowl. No oranges, no luck. She sliced guava, 1 fruit, 200 milligrams. Rose had tossed it for apples, grumbling about seeds. She stir-fried bitter melon 1 cup, 90 milligrams, and chopped red bell peppers 1 pepper, 150 milligrams. Both skipped for too bitter or too bright. Sprinkled with sugar or sautéed with onions, they worked. Stiffness melted by 94. Rose climbs her stoop, no wince. "I'm no statue anymore," she grinned, waving to neighbors. Seniors, don't let your joints seize up. Bite guava, cook bitter melon, chop peppers. Kids, prep them. Keep your elders limber, their smiles wide. 4. Vitamin K2, the weak. Rose's thighs cracked. Then her thighs turned traitor. A relentless ache gnawed at them, like her bones were splitting from the inside, legs buckling as she stood to stir soup. She'd lean on the counter, panting, feeling her frame sag, a quiet terror whispering she'd collapse again. Dr. Lee sighed, "K2's missing. Calcium's clogging your veins, leaving your skeleton to rot." A 2020 Osteoporosis International study shows low K2, below 0.5 moles/L, means 50% higher fracture risk. Rose's friend Sue Brown, 87, stepped off a bus, her femur shattering like porcelain, bedridden. Her lungs failed within months. Emily hunted the market. natto, 1 ounce, 400 micrograms. Rose gagged at its slime, calling it fermented mush. She found duck liver 1 ounce, 10 micrograms, and aged cheddar 1 ounce, 5 micrograms. Both snubbed for smelling weird or too rich. Mixed with soy sauce, roasted with spices, or grated over soup, they stuck. The ache faded by 94. Rose lifts her grandson, no hunch. "I thought I'd snap," she marveled, hugging him tight. Elders, don't let your bones turn to ash. Swallow natto, roast liver, grate cheddar. Grandkids, serve them. Keep their frames strong, their spirits bright. 5. Magnesium, the night cramps clawed Rose awake. Nights became a battlefield. Cramps ripped Rose from sleep, her calves twisting like knotted ropes, a throbbing fire searing through her legs into the day. She'd wake screaming, clawing at her shins, toes curling inward like claws, her breath ragged as the pain pulsed on. Dr. Lee warned, "No magnesium. Your muscles are strangling, your blood's choking." A 2019 Journal of the American Geriatric Society found 30% of seniors below 0.75 millimoles per liter double their weakness risk. Rose's uncle Paul Harris, 79, collapsed mid-walk, a clot stroking him silent, his eyes blank by dawn. Emily boiled spinach 1 cup, 150 milligrams. Rose had swapped it for iceberg, calling it too earthy. She stirred blackstrap molasses 1 tablespoon, 200 milligrams, and toasted pumpkin seeds 1 ounce, 150 milligrams, both ignored for sugar or peanuts, deemed too old school. With garlic, in tea, or sprinkled on oatmeal, they soothed. Cramps vanished by 94, Rose walks her dog, chuckling, I sleep like a rock. Seniors, don't let spasms shred your peace, eat spinach, sip molasses, munch seeds. Families, cook them, keep their nights quiet, their lives warm. 6. Vitamin E, the day Rose's legs froze solid. Finally, her legs turned to ice, her toes numb even in wool socks, a chill creeping up her shins like frostbite, ankles swelling into puffy rings after sitting. She dragged them across the floor, each step a slog, her calves heavy as wet cement, a dull ache pulsing with every move. Dar. Lee pointed, ease gone, your blood stalling like a clogged pipe. A 2021 circulation research tied low E, below 20 mol/L, to 40% worse flow. Rose's brother Joe Davis, 88, ignored his swollen, cold feet, gangrene crept in, and amputation took them, his voice fading with his last breath. Emily toasted sunflower seeds 1 ounce, 10 milligrams. Rose had snubbed them for peanuts, saying, too plain. She ground wheat germ 1 tablespoon, 5 milligrams, and sliced avocados 1/2, 7 milligrams, both skipped for flour or apples, deemed too gritty or too soft. On oatmeal, in bread, or mashed with salt, they warned her. Swelling shrank by 94, she races kids down the block, beaming, I thought they'd die on me. Elders, don't let cold legs bury you, munch seeds, spread wheat germ, slice avocados. Kids, toast them, keep their blood flowing, their love alive. Rose's fight, your turn to stand tall and thrive. At 94, Rose Johnson stands as a living monument to resilience, a woman who kneels in her Chicago garden with dirt-streaked hands, pours tea with unwavering precision, and races her grandkids down the street, her laughter ringing like bells in the autumn breeze. That fall at 91, the one that splintered her hip and nearly snuffed out her light, could have been her curtain call. Instead, it lit a fire, a battle she won not with sheer will alone, but with 6 vital vitamins that stitched her back together. Vitamin D rebuilt her brittle bones, B12 rewired her frayed nerves, C unshackled her grinding joints, K2 armored her fragile frame, magnesium banished her crippling cramps, and E revived her frozen blood. Clara Davis's femur shattered, Ray Thompson's spine snapped, Helen Carter's knee seized, Sue Brown's lungs gave out, Paul Harris's stroke silenced, Joe Davis's feet rotted, but Rose rose, a phoenix soaring from the wreckage of despair. Her story isn't a fluke, it's a roadmap, a desperate plea for every senior teetering on collapse and every family watching them fade. Yet her triumph wasn't just about those 6 heroes, it was about nutrition as a whole, a lifeline for body and spirit, woven tight with love from those who refused to let her fall alone. Nutrition wasn't a footnote in Rose's redemption, it was the bedrock, the fuel that turned her trembling legs into pillars of iron. Those 6 vitamins D, B12, C, K2, magnesium, E were her vanguard, backed by cold, hard science. 50% of seniors over 70 fracture without enough D, per the 2020 Journal of Bone and Mineral Research. 20% lose nerve function without B12, says Neurology 2018. 40% face circulation failure without E. Warns Circulation Research 2021. Every sardine she swallowed, every clam she savored, every guava she bit into wasn't just food, it was a shield, a sword against the decay creeping through her bones, nerves, and veins. But Rose's kitchen arsenal didn't stop there. Emily, her fierce ally, broadened the fight. Vitamin A from carrots and sweet potatoes sharpened her fading eyes and bolstered her immunity, per a 2019 nutrient study linking low A to 30% higher infection risk in seniors. Vitamin B6 from chickpeas and bananas steadied her shaky hands, cutting fatigue by 25%, says Journal of Clinical Nutrition 2020. Omega-3s in walnuts and flax seeds lubricated her joints and heart, slashing inflammation by 35%, per Arthritis Research and Therapy 2021. These weren't luxuries, they were necessities, turning overlooked staples into warriors for Rose's legs and beyond. Rose's pantry became a fortress. Sardines, 200 IUD, clams, 84 micrograms B12, guava, 200 mg C, natto, 400 micrograms K2, spinach, 150 mg Mg, sunflower seeds, 10 mg E, carrots, 600 micrograms A, chickpeas, 0.5 mg B6, walnuts, 2 G omega 3, all once snubbed as too fishy, too bitter, too plain. Emily fried, steamed, and roasted them into meals, each dish a strike against frailty. Nutrition isn't a side dish, it's the main course that keeps you upright when age claws at your strength. Without it, you're not just risking a stumble, you're handing over your freedom, your vitality, your years to a relentless enemy. Rose learned that lesson the hard way. Her hips crack still echoes in her memory, but she turned it into power, proving that what you eat can rewrite your fate. Yet Rose's victory wasn't just about food, it was about the fire in her soul. Nutrition rebuilt her body, but her spirit kept it dancing. After that fall, she could have surrendered, let the pain and dread bury her in a rocking chair, staring out the window as life passed by. Instead, she chose to fight, chose to laugh at the sardines stink, grin through the natto slime, savor the guava's tang. That optimism, that love for life, was her secret weapon. Science nods along. A 2022 Journal of Positive Psychology study found seniors with a positive outlook live 15% longer, their bodies fighting harder against decay. Rose woke each day with a purpose, to see her roses bloom, to hear her grandkids giggle, to taste Emily's cooking. That joy wasn't fluff, it was fuel, pumping life into her veins as much as the vitamins did. A body can't thrive on food alone, it needs a heart that refuses to quit, a mind that sees tomorrow's sunrise, not yesterday's shadows. And none of it would have happened without family. Emily, the daughter who wouldn't let her mother fade. Rose's legs didn't just carry her, they carried a lifetime of sacrifice, nights sewing costumes for school plays, days scrubbing floors to pay bills, years pouring love into kids who'd grown and scattered. She'd given everything, and in her darkest hour, Emily gave it back. It wasn't just the cooking, the sardines sizzling, the spinach steaming, it was the hours at her bedside, the hands lifting her from the floor, the voice saying, "Mom, you're not alone." Families aren't bystanders, they're the backbone of survival. A 2021 American Journal of Geriatrics study found seniors with strong family support cut their fall risk by 40%. Love isn't just warm fuzzies, it's a shield against collapse. Rose's grandkids, little Tommy and Grace, brought drawings to her hospital bed, their hugs a jolt of life no pill could match. Without them, she might have withered, not from hunger, but from loneliness, the silent killer that fells too many. So here's the truth, nutrition is your lifeline, but it's not the whole story. Rose's legs stand tall at 94 because she ate the right food: sardines, clams, guava, natto, spinach, seeds, carrots, chickpeas, walnuts, but also because she fed her soul with hope and her heart with love. Seniors, don't let your legs or your spirit give up. Stock your fridge with these powerhouses. They're not luxuries, they're your ticket to more mornings, more laughs, more steps. You've battled storms, wars, loss, hard days, now battle for your vitality. Eat that mackerel, chew that bitter melon, sip that molasses, not just for strength, but for the joy of tasting life. Wake each day with a spark, plant a flower, tell a story, chase a sunset. You're not done, you're just beginning, and every bite, every smile proves it. And families, don't you dare let your elders fade into the dark. Rose's parents, your grandparents, they've given their lives for you, sleepless nights rocking you, calloused hands building your world, hearts breaking to see you soar. Now it's your turn. Don't leave them to crumble in silence, picking at cold leftovers alone. Fry that liver, roast those seeds, slice that avocado, sit with them, eat with them, fill their plates and their days with care. Tommy and Grace didn't just draw pictures, they held Rose's hands, pulled her forward. You can too. Bring your kids, your stories, your time. A meal shared is more than food, it's a promise, you're not forgotten. Loneliness kills as surely as starvation, don't let it take them. Lift them up, not with pity, but with love. Cook, laugh, listen, hold them close. They've carried you, now carry them. Rose fought her way to 94, fought with every sardine, every seed, every hug, and she's still standing, still shining. Now it's your move. Nutrition: D, B12, C, K2, magnesium, E, A, B6, omega-3s is your armor, optimism your sword, family your shield. One meal, one smile, one embrace add decades of life, gardens tended, teas poured, grandkids chased. You're worth it, they're worth it. Don't wait for the crack of a false start today. Feed your body, lift your spirit, hold your loved ones tight, live strong, love deep, stand tall.